founder and CEO of AstraBit. Yes, Nick, if you wanna go ahead and give us a quick introduction about yourself, what's your background like? When did you get started in crypto space? And what has been your experiences so far in crypto and in automated trading? Would love to hear from you.
Thanks, Mariam. I really appreciate that intro. So, guys, a little bit about me, and then I'll introduce our CTO, or Mariam. You can. Um, my name is Nicholas. I am the co-founder and CEO of AstraBit. By way of background, I have 3 degrees with masters in financial engineering and economics. I have 2 levels of the CFA and 3 years, sorry, excuse me, 3 years, 13 years working in private equity with a focus on leveraged buyout of distressed assets and and arbitrage. Those were my predominant focuses. I started in crypto towards the end of 2016, early 2017. Thankfully, I did miss out on getting absolutely slammed by the drop from 20,000 down to 3,000, as I spent most of that period just analyzing the market and getting a feel for the market dynamics and overall market participation at the time. And then I really started trading crypto actively in about 2018. I had the pleasure to meet AstraBit's CTO and our Chief of Research and Development, who's currently building some of our AI and machine learning products that will be becoming available shortly. One's in alpha testing now, and we'll get to that later. But I had the pleasure of meeting them because we were all part of a group, a Discord trading group, back in, I think, 2018 or 2019. And the person who was hosting the group basically scammed us all. And I stepped in and I started analyzing the market for people. People were really appreciative of that. And in doing so, I was able to meet George, our CTO, and Wes, our Chief of R&D, as I helped people, some who made some decent money following my calls and others who didn't. I didn't get paid for it. I just stepped in and did that when that guy scammed everybody. So that was my initial experience. And what happened was Wes and I developed the first strategy for AstraBit together. We marketed that and we went to Georgi approached us and he introduced us to some of his colleagues, and they became the core founding team with us of AstraBit. And they built out the original version of AstraBit. We had a very successful beta test in October 2020. We went into a live beta, paid beta in November 2020. We went live to the market in January 2021 with our old system. And then last year, Georgi and I put our heads together. Excuse me, it wasn't last year. It was in late 2021. Where we decided we wanted to expand our business model to enable professionals in the market space who have algorithmic trading strategies to sell those strategies in a closed-ended system, so they don't have to give away any of their IP or their trading edge, but they can sell subscriptions to those strategies on AstraBit. And we also developed our platform so that you can actually attach any strategy to AstraBit, whether it's one you want to subscribe to from the AstraBit marketplace, whether it's a personalized, customized strategy that you've built for yourself. And one of the beauties of the AstraBit platform, and we'll get into more detail in a bit later, is that AstraBit's completely code agnostic. So you can attach any strategy coded in pretty much any language to AstraBit, and that can now, and this is really what Mariam was getting to, and it's probably the most extraordinary thing that's happened, I think, in recent memory in the crypto space. And that is that because you can code any strategy you want in any language you want, whether it's PineScript, Python, Java, you name it, and attach it to an AstraBit bot. Now, through AstraBit and ApeX's partnership, you can trade that algorithm on the blockchain directly. So in a way, AstraBit, and ApeX have stitched together the fabric of Web 2 fintech and Web 3 fintech. And that's really an extraordinary measure. And I'm very, very proud and very honored to be in this partnership with ApeX. So that's my not so brief introduction. Thank you, Mariam. I'll let you take over, or we can hand it over to George.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much. Broad but a very, very interesting introduction. Again, we are also so very happy to have partnered up with you guys and be working together. And yes, please, Georgi, like whenever you're ready, you can take over.
Yeah, my introduction will not be so broader as Nick's one, but Nick was absolutely correct. I'm also trading actively in the crypto space since 2018, I believe. And Nick pretty much told the story in the best way that it can be told. We were both misfortunate and fortunate enough to be in the same crypto trading group. In the end, we managed to create something really nice out of it. And yeah, this is how it all happened. On the professional end of things, I believe I've been doing professional programming for about more than 15 years now. And I started way, way back when 8-bit computers were actually a thing. And we were programming in Visual Basic and Pascal. So yeah, quite a lot and extensive experience. And now I'm the CTO of AstraBit, and I'm pretty much taking care of saying to Nick, no, Nick, this is not possible. It's not possible to trade Web 2 strategies onto Web 3. And now it turned out that it is actually possible, and we're doing it. So yeah, that's it on my end. Thank you, Mariam.
Thank you so much. That's very exciting, guys. Thank you so much for the introduction. I think we can move forward to kind of the second part of our AMA today, and maybe discuss a little bit more about algorithmic trading. Nick already made a quick introduction previously, but I think like we can dive deeper now and discuss a bit more about what really algorithmic trading is about. How does it differ from whatever we are used to seeing, right? The normal trading operations or traditional forms of trading that are more prevalent in the trading scene. And maybe we can also dive into some of the advantages that the algorithmic trading offers over the traditional forms of trading.
Yeah, that's a really excellent question. So basically, at the heart, an algorithmic trading strategy is just an algorithm, or it's just a tool for analysis that you have built or that someone has built that takes market data, analyzes it, whether it's using simple indicators or whether it's using much more complex models that are, Black-Scholes models or Monte Carlo or statistic mathematical models. And what that does is it analyzes the data that's available in the market, the data that they feed that algorithm. And that algorithm then makes very specific decisions to buy, sell, DCA, etc., take profit, however you want to do it. And then that basically triggers your bot. So there are benefits, obviously, and drawbacks to algorithmic trading. One of the benefits is that you can program the algorithm to make the decisions, or to make the decisions as closely as you would. And it actually then removes one of the fundamental problems that we as human beings have when we're trading, and that's emotion. So an algorithm, basically, however you program it, comes in as a pure, emotionless system for trading, and it can trade for you 24 hours, 7 days a week, which obviously we know human beings cannot do. So having that automation is really powerful and really effective. Now, some of the things that you have to give away, and this is probably, it's like with anything in life, it's a double-edged sword. For a very, very experienced trader who can build a very, very, very good algorithm, and we've worked with several of them, who are exclusive to AstraBit. But one of the things you cannot put into an algorithm is experience. So somebody can have their own methodology of trading, and we can mimic that with an algorithm as best as possible. But human beings have the ability to make very nuanced decisions due to very slight variations in market, in whether it's in order flow, whether it's in market participation, all of that sort of stuff. So things where an algorithm would say, well, A plus B equals C, therefore I long here. A human being may say, well, yes, normally I would say I see, A condition and B condition met, therefore I should execute C, which is a long. But a human being may say, but based on my 10 plus years of experience trading, my gut doesn't feel like this is the right trade to take. And sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong, right? So the benefit of that is when they're wrong, the trade is taken by the algorithm. The drawback is that someone with that much experience will hopefully be right more often than they're wrong. So algorithms are fantastic means for taking analysis out of the individual's hand and putting that analysis into a professional algorithm. So most users lose money in trading. And that's the way it is. Trading is a zero-sum game. But what the algorithm does is it says, if you genuinely don't think you're very good at the analysis side, or you're not particularly capable at the execution side because of your emotions or whatever reason, algorithmic trading can ameliorate those concerns. It can handle the analysis for you, and it can handle the analysis 24/7. And it can enter the trades for you, without any emotions involved. So those are really the benefits of algorithmic trading. And like I said, with a platform that's as flexible as AstraBit, you can attach any strategy you want to an AstraBit bot. It doesn't have to be what's in the marketplace. What's in the marketplace that's offered by AstraBit are people that we have tested. They've been through months of beta testing of their strategy. Their strategy has proved over time and over a sample period and sample size that their strategies are profitable. And as a result, they get put into the AstraBit marketplace. And they will be able to use tools to optimize those strategies, tools that AstraBit's currently building. We have a tool right now that's in alpha testing, and certainly George can speak to it in greater detail. It's a machine learning AI abstraction layer that can be layered over trading view strategies specifically right now, but we also have another version that can be layered over any strategy. And basically what that does is it can optimize that strategy to current market conditions, and it can optimize it as frequently or infrequently as you so choose. And that's something we'll be going into beta testing very shortly with the AstraBit exclusive strategists. So they'll be able to optimize those strategies that way. And then eventually we will bring that to the broader market and allow people to use it for any trading view strategy. So there are things you can do with algorithmic trading that are really beneficial, and I would say are beneficial to most people because it removes that emotion and because it removes that uncertainty, that self-doubt, etc. It also removes the need for analysis. And then the beauty of attaching it to something like ApeX, which is exactly what we've just done, is that now you have total custody over your funds. So unlike a centralized exchange where you deposit your funds in a wallet off-chain, now, thanks to this partnership between AstraBit and ApeX, you maintain total control over your funds. AstraBit doesn't have a withdraw feature, so AstraBit can't take your funds from you in any capacity. Your funds are very, very secure. And I'll let George speak much more to the security measures we take. But that's basically the benefits of algorithmic trading through AstraBit and connecting it to a decentralized exchange like ApeX.
Nick, thank you so much for such an insightful and detailed answer. I think I just want to add a couple of things about self-custody. Yes, DEXs give users this full control over their funds, and they become responsible for managing their own private keys and their, finances and assets. And this kind of reduction of the risk of funds being frozen or seized by a centralized authority has proven to be so significant and so important, especially after the whole FTX event taking place last year. So I think this whole FTX implosion has been so-called like a watershed moment in the history of crypto, which has kind of really helped us to kind of reassert what are the main values of the industry, right? Maintaining control over your own finances and moving beyond this kind of trusted intermediaries, and really kind of taking full custody of your assets, like not your keys, not your crypto. It's very important, and it really should be some sort of like a mantra for everyone who is in the crypto space. So yeah, I think like this idea of self custody is very important and exciting, especially like now that we've kind of combined forces to bring algorithmic trading to trading platform which offers this self-custody of assets. I think it will be very great, and I'm again looking forward to what we will do together down the road. So we talked about algorithmic trading, what it is, and what are some of the benefits that algorithmic trading brings to the users. Maybe now we can touch upon a bit on the risk side of things, right? What are some of the risks associated with algorithmic trading, and what would you say are the ways to kind of manage this risk?
Another great question. So, as with anything, it's a double-edged sword, right? An algorithm is going to have a statistical probability of success, like through its win rate that we find out with back testing and with live results as well, right? So nothing is 100% certain. It will take losses. My favorite saying is if I could build something that was 100% right 100% of the time, I would own 100% of the assets in the world. So the algorithm will not be perfect, but certainly with the demonstration that George will give, and certainly George can speak to some of the technical aspects. AstraBit has two layers of risk management that can be implemented with an AstraBit bot. The first is that a lot of the strategists that have been approved to come into the AstraBit marketplace and that are in beta right now have things like fixed stop losses or even trailing or moving stop losses that are programmed in to the strategy itself. They have take profits. They have all of these risk management options that are actually built into the strategy. Now, when you actually add your any type of strategy to an AstraBit bot, your AstraBit bot is absolute control. So even though a strategist, let's say, uses a 10% stop loss, if that 10% stop loss in the strategy is not something that you like, it's too much risk, your AstraBit bot, you can set an AstraBit stop, or you can set a stop loss on AstraBit, whether it's fixed, trailing, etc. And let's say you set your stop loss at 5%, your bot will actually override the strategy and will take you out of the trade at a 5% loss rather than the strategist's 10% loss. So AstraBit bots provide you another layer of security where your bot at all times is under your complete control. You control what you want your take profits to be. You control your risk management. You control your leverage. You control your equity allocation. And you can, like I said, that overrides the strategy. You are in total control. The next thing that's, on the flip side of that too, some strategists like a very tight stop loss. And one of the things we always recommend at AstraBit, and again, this is never financial advice, but let's say a strategist has an inbuilt 5% stop loss. And let's say their strategy is programmed through Python or something, or no, let's even say it's programmed through TradingView, one of the most utilized and very reliable, systems. Let's say the strategist has a 5% stop loss inbuilt into the strategy, and you're okay with that, but you also want to protect yourself against, say, a black swan event. Or we know technology glitches sometimes. So let's say TradingView doesn't send the signal from the strategist's strategy because maybe TradingView's down, or maybe there's so much going on, there's a delay or something like that. You can set a 10% stop loss on with your AstraBit bot, and that will take you out of the trade. So even if there's a glitch on the technical side coming from the strategist, you can still protect yourself against a black swan event, so that if that 5% stop loss in the strategy isn't hit, your 10% stop loss will be. And then through AstraBit's user interface, regardless of the exchange you're trading on, there is a common user interface. You can drag and drop your stop loss. Just click and move it into profit if that's how you want to protect your profit. You can drag and drop your take profits. You can do all of these things with a simple single user interface across all the exchanges.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nick. Again, such a detailed and insightful answer. I think it really, and we would love to see maybe the demo later today in the AMA to kind of see how everything kind of works on AstraBit. Another question I have for you with regards to algorithmic trading. I think I would love to hear your thoughts about how exactly do the algorithmic trading systems make decisions about what trades to execute. You already mentioned that like the traders can actually like define everything, like every single rule that needs to be followed. But I would want to like do the follow-up question to that, inquiring you, what are some of the skills and knowledge that's required from the trader side, right, to be successful in algorithmic trading? How can someone acquire these skills, and what are some tricks and tips that you can give to someone who's keen to get started with algorithmic trading?
Yeah, so if you want to build your own algorithm, that requires a level of skill in coding, an understanding of markets, something that you've tested yourself, a strategy that you've been using, and that's been successful in your day-to-day trading. So if you then want to convert that into an algorithm and attach it to an AstraBit bot so that it does the trading for you, and you can set it and forget it and go and live your life, that's really the skill sets that you're going to need. With the AstraBit strategists, these are people who have 10 plus years experience, not just in trading in general, but then some of them have almost that much experience in the crypto markets. We've got strategists who were engaging in the crypto markets back when the Mt. Gox, thing happened. So there is a lot of experience just in the marketplace for AstraBit's and AstraBit's strategies. So if you're a true beginner, one of the benefits of algorithmic trading is you can go to a strategist in the marketplace at AstraBit, subscribe to their strategy, and start letting that trade for you. And then if you want to also trade concurrently on your own and learn to trade, you can do that. So there's a way of managing your overall trading risk with a successful algorithmic trading strategy, so that if you go and you're a new trader and you don't have much experience and you blow your first account, which most people do, you can at least know that a portion of your account is being traded by a professional algorithm.
Right, great, sounds good. Well, thanks, Nick, for giving us some, like, so to speak, a crash course on algorithmic trading. Very interesting, very insightful. I think for now we can talk a bit more about AstraBit. Maybe you can give us a quick intro on what is AstraBit, what kind of products and services you guys offer, how is the company's mission and vision in line with kind of that of Web3, right? Now that you've done this first ever partnership with our decentralized platform, and maybe like we can also say like what are some of the differentiators that sets AstraBit apart from other automated trading solutions in the market today.
Yeah, so this is a great question, and it's a bifurcated answer. So from a strategist perspective, if you are a professional trader and you want to build an algorithmic trading strategy, you can either have that trade privately for you on AstraBit or privately for your fund. We have institutional users using AstraBit as well. Or alternatively, if you believe that your strategy is strong enough and has the capability to be something that would want to sell into the marketplace for new strategists to use, you can go through that process. So our main goal at AstraBit is really to simplify the digital asset space by building a really innovative and easy to use and most importantly, secure automated trading and portfolio management system. So AstraBit has, as part of our product line, we have the trading side. We also have the staking side. And I know there's some more hints that we'll drop with ApeX later on with that, Mariam. I don't want to go into too much detail there. But AstraBit is building products, artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have an entire R&D department currently building out products right now that will augment the trading strategies that exist in our market space, and that people can use to improve and augment their strategies, their own personal strategies as well. So that's another product line, an AI optimizer. There are other AI things that we're building that I can't really talk about. But basically, the idea of AstraBit is that you can customize and hyper-personalize the bot to your needs, giving you flexibility and control to insert your own trading preferences and investment objectives, or you can subscribe to someone else's strategy that you believe meets your investment objectives. We provide, if you want to trade manually on AstraBit, you can trade across all the exchanges, and you can use our single-click solution, which enables you to basically, with one click, enter a position which simultaneously enters all of your risk management parameters, all of your take profit, your leverage, everything, just with one simple click. We've streamlined it and distilled that process down to a simple single click. So yeah, those are, there are more product lines coming available at AstraBit, and some we can talk about, some we can't. But what I'm really excited about now is the decentralized element, where not only can we say we're very secure because of, and I'll let Georgi speak to a lot of the security measures we take to protect our users' APIs, to protect our users' data, etc. But also now with this decentralized component, the users have their own wallets. They don't need to deposit it on the exchange. It's all, the users have even more control.
Right. Talking about risks, I'll ask like a follow-up question to that. What are some of the risks involved with automated trading? And maybe Georgi can help us answer this question, and perhaps kind of give us more information as to what are some of the technical, security, and legal risks that could be associated with using algorithmic trading and the bots. And how can we mitigate this risk, and how do you guys mitigate these risks that are associated with automated trading?
So let's start with the risks. When you use an external system to trade on any exchange, you have to obviously connect the system to that exchange. And no matter how it is done, it's pretty much only done in one particular way. You need to have an API key, and you need to provide the API key to that trading system. So AstraBit is no exception to this way of working. So in order to connect any exchange to an AstraBit bot, you need to provide your public and private key for the API that you have created. This then gets stored in our databases, but before that it gets encrypted. And we generally follow every predicament and every rule of the SOC2 certification process. Although we have not yet received the certificate, we are on the way of getting it. So we follow every procedure, including no shared accounts, strong passwords, and every way to prevent even the social engineering aspect of being hacked, so to say. And we also, on top of everything, we have an AI intrusion detection system that we're working for in the past 2 years. In the interest of security, I will not mention the name of the system, but pretty much it even raises an issue for our dev team, sending us messages that we have introduced a new exchange. Even when we do new things in our system, it gets detected as something irregular, and it pretty much detects everything. So apart from that, our databases are hidden under layers of well, they are quite far away from actually being exposed to the internet, and everything is protected via different roles and different layers of access. So yeah, even VPNs and whatever you might think. So we minimize the risk of any leak possible. So yeah, we take our security quite seriously. We don't want to follow the things that some other colleagues have done during the last years. So yeah, we don't want to become a meme for the internet.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think that that means so much. Yeah, taking security as like one of the like one of the top priorities is like very important. Same here. Like our community knows how important the security is for us, and I'm very happy that you guys feel the same way. Maybe let's move forward to getting started with AstraBits. How easy would you say is it for new members to get started with AstraBit using their ApeX Pro account? And maybe we can give them a quick demo on how it's done. Um,
That's a very good idea, and this is exactly what I'm prepared to do right now. If it's okay, I'll be sharing my screen with you guys.
awesome,
So
awesome.
yeah, I'll be sharing my whole screen. Uh, it will be in 720p. We don't get Nitro for some reason, but well, it is what it is. So my screen sharing should be available right now. And first and foremost, always ensure that when you're going to AstraBit, you have hit the detailed URL that is astrabit.io. There are already some impersonators that try to tell you that they are us, and we are suffering from growing pains. So please ensure that astrabit.io is the correct site. You'll be getting links around Discords everywhere. So yeah.
Guys, make sure you click on watch stream for Georgie's screen to kind of show up on your desktops on your Discord server. So click watch stream. Okay. I think we are
So
all set.
just to ensure that everything is being seen correctly, you should be seeing the AstroBit website right now, correct?
Yes, we
With
see
my start
AstraBit.
menu on the right.
Correct. Yep.
All right, so when you land on the website, pretty much after registration, which is quite a quick one, the main place that you need to go is the dashboard, and I'll be using a test accounts dashboard so you can have some information here. So as you may see, I already have 3 bots here, and as you may see, 2 of them are in a losing position, and that actually happens sometimes. Like this bot, for example, has entered the short quite recently. As you can see, we are not that far off from the entry point, so it may go up, it may go down. We'll see in time. Most of the time, if we go, for example, to this bot's trade history, we'll see that there were bumps up, there were bumps down, and every trade history is different. And this is one of the features of AstroBit. You can follow your P&L history directly on AstroBit. So yeah, we'll get there in a moment. So I have set up an ApeX bot here that's currently in a position, and it has the position drawn on our dashboard. We have the take profits and the stop losses, and we can manage this either through here in the risk management panel on the left. We can add more take profits if we want to, or we can just remove one of these orders here, or we can just drag and drop the orders. Excuse me, I got reloaded. So we can just drag and drop an order, and as you can see, it just gets moved to the proper place. If we reload the position, this order will be sticking at 0.451242. That was the position that we moved it. And this all gets sent instantly to the exchange. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite easy. I can even move my stop loss into profit as long as it's not more than our current site. It will be here. So now it became a fixed take profit, and if the price goes down, it will actually take profit at a better position than my original entry. So it's quite fun to play here on the dashboard. But what we attempted to achieve with the system is actually an easy system to create a bot and connect it to an exchange. And let me then show you how it's done with ApeX, since this is what we are here for. When we go into the exchanges and wallets, we can connect a new API to ApeX. And as you can see, clicking connect, it asks you for some information. And this information, obviously, we don't have at the moment. So we need to go into ApeX and connect the wallet. I'll be using MetaMask for this presentation, and this account is empty for now, but we can still connect it. Once we connect it, an important part is to actually click the Remember Me button, because this will allow for ApeX to later show you your start key and your API key in their secrets. Then you send the requests, you sign them, giving permission to ApeX to actually trade, and voila, we are connected. You probably all know these steps so far, but the nice people at ApeX have managed to implement this functionality here, which was actually crucial for the implementation of in the connection with AstraBit, and this is the export of private keys. When you click the export of private keys, you get notified that this is a dangerous thing to do. And if you agree to it, your private keys get shown to you. I'm not afraid to show them here on record because this account will be deleted after it. It's empty anyway. So what we do now, we split our screen. Yeah, let me do it like this. Okay, so we split our screen in this way. And we start copying. So we name this with a user-friendly name like ApeX test. Then we select what futures type we have. We all know that for now you can trade USDC futures on ApeX, but maybe in the future you may have USDT based or whatever. So we kept the functionality to choose. So then you copy your start key, private key, and you paste it here. You copy the public key, you paste it here. Then you get the Y coordinate and paste it here, and you go here. Step by step, all the necessary things like the passphrases and the key secrets. And clicking connect, it stores the API, encrypts it in our database, and we are connected. Then you can use obviously this API for further communication with the exchange, and you can open any orders, and the opened orders actually go on the exchange and you start trading. And right now we have actually a connected API that has some money inside it, and if we go to check what this bot is doing, we'll see that it's doing a manual trading, so it's controlled only by me clicking buy or sell or close. It's a single entry bot, which means it's not a DCA one. It will only open or close a strategy. And we have connected this to the ApeX USDC futures. And this bot has right now reserved 50% of our total equity, and it's trading with 2x leverage. This bot is also preset with some take profits, and it will close 50% of my position, of my original position, if the price moves 3% in my favor. So this means that if we are with a 2x leverage, this 3% will actually be 6% of profit. So because the pot can be created with different leverage, and leverage can be changed between trades, we have gone with an user-friendly way to actually describe it, that this will happen when the position, when the price moves, and not when the profit is taken. I mean, profit is calculated differently, and it would be very much complex to do this here and to say, yeah, this is 15%, but if you reduce it to 2x leverage, it's not 15%, it's 7.5. So we went with the price moving in your favor, and we tried to make it as user-friendly as possible. And we did it like a sentence to also close the certain amount of the position when the price moves 3% in your favor. So this all is configurable, and you can set a stop loss on your own, like it can be a fixed stop loss or a trading stop loss. That is when you lose 4% of your money. Actually, when the price moves 4% against you, and it's again a sentence. And a very unique feature of AstraBit is that you can actually set a re-entry trigger. So if, for example, your stop loss is getting triggered and you receive another strategy signal, this re-entry trigger will be able to re-enter you in a position on a secondary signal. So for the time being, I will reduce this bot's allocation to 20%, and yeah, let's keep it at 50. It looks better. I'll not actually touch the bot anymore, and I'll go and create another one. So I have some bot slots here. Clicking on create a bot will make me select a strategy. I can either select some of the strategies that I own, or I can go browse for more in our marketplace, or I can use a personal strategy. So whenever I can create a personal strategy, this strategy at the end of the bot creation will show me how to control my bot, and I will do it in a moment also. And we also can create a manual strategy that can be traded only via the control panel of AstraBit. So for the time being, I'll, for example, choose this one. And as you can see, I can select the type of bot that I want to use. Since this strategy is recommended with a single entry, it's selected a single entry by default. Then we go to ApeX, then we select the exchange API that we want to use. And once we selected it, we name the bot like BTC bot. This is just to find it easier later. And we say we want to use our remaining 50% of the assets. As you can see, it doesn't allow me to use more because there is already some amount reserved. This bot will be trading with 2x leverage. And we say, okay, let's close a third of our position when the price moves 5% in our favor. And let's close another third of the position when the price moves 10% in our favor. We'll let the rest stay on itself, and the strategy will close it. We want to be using a fixed stop loss at, let's say, 5%. And that's it. Then we create the bot, and when we attempt to create a bot, we actually put an order, a test order on the exchange to check that everything can be done correctly. And here the bot is. We can move it upwards by making it a favorite bot actually. So yeah, this is our favorite bot now. And as you can see, this already shows every signal that the strategy has issued in the past, and it also shows whether some trades were executed on our end. As you can see, no trades were executed with this signal. Right now, this strategy has very recently gone in a short, so if I want to continue using this one, it would make sense for me to go in a short here. So clicking the sell button, it shows a confirmation window, and voila, in about 6 to 7 seconds, we'll be getting the information here, and we should be in a Bitcoin position. So yeah, we are in a short position right now. We have a fixed stop loss here that gets calculated automatically. We have the two take profits, and now we're sitting here. The strategy is enabled. It will follow this one that we selected previously. And now I can go wherever I want to go, and I can take a cup of coffee because my bot is training for me, even if it started with a bit of loss. So yeah, that's how AstraBit works, and you can follow your bots here and check what they're doing with the performance and trades. We synchronize every trade here, so you can see what the bot has done. You can see the fees that were taken. And although I don't have any history yet for ApeX because these bots were created today for the purposes of this demo, you can see that some bots go under, then they go up. In the end, we all try to be on the upside. This is the idea of the trading. So yeah, you can control pretty much a lot of things for your profile. And on the security side, we suggest that you use two-factor authentication and that you enable it for your account. So we are integrated with Google Authenticator. So once you enable it from here, you get the process for connecting the Authenticator application. So it's always best to have two-factor and people to not be logging in your account. And that's it pretty much. So we try to build a very simple system that is usable by everybody. And this simple system should be usable even for traders that are not experienced in trading, and the hints to what they should do and the automated trades should be done by the strategy. Yeah.
Also, Georgi, if you want to just show close position, so if you want to close a position manually, you have the option to close as much or as little of the position as you so choose.
Yeah, so you can, if you want to take like half of this position, you say, okay, I'm in a profit now, I'll close whatever amount of the position I want to. You click it and you just close it. And now
And
this,
yeah, position open.
yeah, this changed my open position from 0.2 to 0.1 contracts, and I can now terminate the whole position, 100% of it. And it will clear everything, and yeah, we're in a close position now. So Nick, anything else that I'm forgetting?
I think you've done really well, my friend. So guys, you've
This
seen the
was
one click.
excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
one
Nick, go
click.
ahead.
Sorry, Mariam, what were you saying?
I was saying this was an excellent demo, so detailed, and like it proved whatever we've been like communicating with the community so far, that it's so easy to use, very, very kind of versatile. You can do so many things, and yeah, I think like user friendliness really like struck me. It's amazing.
Yeah, and one of the things we're focusing on here is just the subscriber side of AstraBit. Also, AstraBit has an entire side that is for strategists. They get their own administration panels. Obviously, their security is limited. They don't, get to see everything. But they do have admin privileges to a certain degree that enables them to constantly monitor what their strategies are doing and how their subscribers are performing overall. It lets them keep a track of their sales. It lets them keep a track of who's subscribed to what, and all of those sorts of things. So there's a professional side to AstraBit as well. There's also an institutional side. to AstraBit. And, again, we're not going to demonstrate all of that here because that's not what we're here for today. It's mostly to show you guys the simplicity of the retail side. But there are a lot of options for however you want to interact with AstraBit. And our bots, because we spend so much time and money on security, one of the features Georgi cannot demonstrate, it's impossible for him to demonstrate, is a withdrawal feature. AstraBit does not have that capability inbuilt. So let's say you're at a Starbucks and you leave your AstraBit bot open, and some person decides to sit down and try to do something with your AstraBit bot. The most they will be able to do is open or close a trade. That's it. They cannot withdraw money from your account. They can't withdraw money from your funds. That feature simply doesn't exist. And that's to provide you yet another layer of security so that people cannot use AstraBit to drain your wallet or anything like that, like what happened with 3 earlier this year. So,
Yeah, just to note that you can see that even if I'm editing my ApeX API, we don't even return the keys that are important. So I can confidently edit this API that has like $60 here. And this is just the public API key. None of the other keys exposed. So yeah, we try to hide information as much as possible in order to not expose sensitive data to the public.
exactly. And even our support staff, our customer support staff, do not have access to your private keys. There is no access there. So not only is it encrypted, but like Georgi said, we have very strict levels of ability and, or privileges for our own staff. So they can't even see your private keys. And like Georgi just demonstrated beautifully, even if somebody did manage to get into your AstraBit account and they wanted to try and get a hold of your key, if they clicked the edit button or show me this, they don't get to see your private keys. The most they'll ever get to see is your public key, and that's public. So it is very, very difficult, or we try to make it as difficult as humanly possible for anything to ever go wrong or for your account to be tampered with in any way whatsoever with AstraBit.
Amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Georgi, was a great demo. Again, I think it proved to be so simple to get started with AstraBit and use ApeX using AstraBit platform. And yeah, it's just like simple steps. And you guys also have the wiki page, which also details how to get started on AstraBit using and connect to ApeX. So I will just drop this link here in our chat for anyone to have a look and follow. But on top of that, we are recording today's AMA and we will be sharing this video as well. So whoever wants to kind of like watch the demo again and see how Georgi has been using the platform, they can do so if they wish. Guys, what would you say if we move forward to some of the questions from the community? Because since the announcement was dropped yesterday, we actually got some pretty interesting questions from our community members. So I think we can get started. Thank you everybody, first of all, for submitting your questions. We loved it. We chose 5 questions that the team will be answering today. So the first one is from the BNB Pizza, that's this handle. The question is AstraBit trading exclusive for only professional traders? And what can you recommend for beginners like me?
So absolutely not. AstraBit is for everyone. And let me tell you, when we were testing AstraBit, I used it on my 76-year-old aunt. And to give you an idea of how bad she is with technology, she once called me from a landline phone screaming at me because she couldn't turn on her iPhone, and it turned out she'd forgotten to recharge it. So even my 76-year-old aunt, who doesn't even remember to charge her iPhone, is able to use AstraBit. So to answer that, AstraBit is for everyone. Yes, there is an institutional bifurcation of our system, so it can be used by, institutions. They have a separate system, but it is for everyone. It is for strategists who want to sell their strategies on AstraBit, professional strategists, They do have to go through very strict protocol to get listed on our marketplace, and we do reject more than we accept by a substantial number. In fact, I would say for every one strategist who's been approved, probably about 6 or 7 have been rejected, including rejection in the beta testing. So it's available for strategists. Now, for the general retail use, for you guys, that's why we have the strategists there. These are strategists who AstraBit has said they've proven their track record. They have shown that their strategy is capable of helping you make money. Now, don't get me wrong. If their strategy disintegrates and they don't optimize it regularly, we will pull that strategy off the marketplace. AstraBit has no interest in selling products to clients and customers that are going to lose them money in the long term. And we have pulled strategies off our marketplace because the strategists just didn't want to, keep working on it anymore. So, we don't, of course, there's never a guarantee that you're going to make money, but what AstraBit can guarantee you is that the strategists that are available for retail consumption have been put through an immense vetting process. They have gone through, some of them, months of beta testing to prove that their strategy is successful before they get released to the general public. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can register their strategy in AstraBit's marketplace. We're incredibly selective. So to really get to the crux of your issue and your question, B&B Pizza, AstraBit is for everyone. And as you saw from the simplicity of the setup, we like to distill it down to single click, drag and drop, or copy and paste. And that's exactly so that anyone can start using AstraBit from their first day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. Another question we have is from the user by the name Lauda82Want. He's interested, can I define my own strategy on AstraBit platform, or it's only possible to launch purchase strategies from the marketplace?
Another great question. And as Georgi demonstrated in the live demo, you can 100% attach any strategy you want, your own strategy, someone else's strategy, a strategy from the marketplace. All of those things are available to you. And I will hint at some things. Like I said, there is an AI optimizer that it's going to first initially in beta testing be used with AstraBit's exclusive strategists. That will then be brought to the market. So if you have built your own personal strategy on TradingView, you will be able to use that AI optimizer, that abstraction layer on top of your strategy to optimize your strategy for the conditions that you like risk management, drawdown, net profit, win rate, etc., etc. That will be coming to the broader public later, but you will be able to use those tools in AstraBit for your own personal strategies as well. And then I'll hint at one thing, and I won't go into too much detail. We are in the process right now of building a massive AI platform that is part of AstraBit's overall company. You can follow that on Abraxas AI. That's our research and development arm. I won't get into too many details, but you will be able to do a lot of really cool things, including building AI ML strategies in a no-code environment. So that's all I'm going to say. It's very, very exciting. And we're excited to be able to release that product to the broader market in general. But you can attach any strategy you want to AstraBit in any code language.
Amazing. Thanks, Nick. Third question we have is from the user Ahon Pacific. All investors really care about security right now. Unfortunately, there are many projects that have been hacked. What kind of work do you guys do to bring security to the highest level?
Yeah, so I'm going to let Georgi take that. I think he did a really great job of going through a lot of it during the demonstration. But Georgi, please, by all means, my friend.
So let's first say that we have our services are layered in several. Well, they're layered in 3 different layers, and what we expose to the public is actually the least amount of data that we can. and we keep the data buried as deep and as protected as humanly possible. And every piece of information is additionally encrypted. So even if there is a breach, the decryption time will probably be 100 of years. However, as I said, we have been following all the SOC2 standards, which means no shared accounts, strong passwords, expiration tokens that expire quite often, and sometimes even too often. That I really hate logging every 4 hours into our AWS services, but life is life. You need to take some uncomfortable measures to protect yourself against breaches. And as I said previously, we have an AI intrusion detection system that notifies us about any breach. So far, for the last 3 years, it has not notified us for any breach except for us actually attaching a new IP or something else. So it's so strict that it even acts upon our internal changes of infrastructure. It says that it may be a possible breach, and we respond to each possible threat immediately. I mean, Nick can tell you that we probably don't sleep.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah.
don't. But and there's one other layer of security which is also super important, and that is AstraBit has achieved PCI compliance. Now, for those of you that have worked in finance or have businesses that use credit cards or take payments like that, being PCI compliant is a huge deal. AstraBit is 100% PCI compliant. And one of the things we do not do, we do not store any of your payment data on AstraBit. So when you input your credit card, or when we add the ability to pay with crypto with like BitPay or something like that, we've yet to find a service that we really like for that. We cannot see your credit card details or anything like that. All of that is just between your bank and our bank or the merchant service provider. No one at AstraBit, not even me as the CEO or Georgi as the CTO, has access to that information. So, like Georgi said, everything from two-factor authentication to SOC2 certification to AI intrusion detection systems to PCI compliance, AstraBit is about as secure as we can make it. And then on top of that, to speak to the character of the people involved at AstraBit, AstraBit's veteran-owned and operated, and for those of you who are American, you understand the meaning of that. Veterans are held to a higher standard, and as a company that's veteran-owned and operated, we hold ourselves to the absolute highest standard. So we take very good care of all of our users, their data and their needs, and their security as much as possible.
Thank you, guys. Last two questions from the community. First one is from the user Xavier. He's interested in what diverse algorithmic trading system means. So the question goes, you present yourself as the most diverse algorithmic trading system to take advantage of crypto market. Could you tell us about your most important features that make you meet this quality of diversity?
Yeah, so apart from being able to attach any strategy you want to an AstraBit bot, just in the marketplace alone, there is a plethora of different types of bots. There are swing strategy bots. There are day trading bots. There are scalping bots available. So let's say you're a trader and you've got years of experience, but your predominant trading methodology is scalping. And throughout your career, you've never really had much success at swing trading. You can then, like we said, you can continue trading and scalping on your own, but maybe you want to subscribe to one of the strategies that AstraBit offers through our third-party strategist that is a successful swing trading strategy, so that you can be in a swing trade and scalping at the same time. So the idea is to provide you with a level of diversification of your overall portfolio. And that can even be with multiple different strategies. You can have a scalping ETH strategy and combine that with a swing ETH strategy. You can do that all on AstraBit. And, through the diversification process, you can help reduce your risk, or at least achieve your same expected rate of return for less risk, or for the same amount of risk. So you can, and this is one of the features we'll be adding with our AI platform, you can build market width efficiency frontiers for your portfolio to find an optimal portfolio for you, that you will then be able to, diversify across the different strategies that AstraBit also offers, diversify with your own manual trading, and diversify with your own personal strategies that you build or that you purchase in other marketplaces.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And our last question from the community comes from I'm Zebro, I think. His question reads, what algorithm do you use to create AstraBit? For example, if I use AstraBit, can I choose trading techniques such as scalping, swing trading, and position trading? Please explain. I think you've covered this already, but if you want to
Yeah.
reiterate one more time.
Yeah, so we've covered this. Absolutely. We've got all of those different strategies, and I've hinted at what's to come from an AI and ML opportunity that AstraBit is building right now. Hopefully, we'll get it to a point of release in the next few months, but it is an ongoing process. It has to be tested, everything like that. We're, getting all the data, everything is being acquired to create a black box solution for people who want to use different products and services that can help either enhance their current trading strategies or even build new types of strategies.
Sounds fantastic. Nick, thank you so much. We are almost at the very end of our AMA today, but before we close the call, I do want to ask you to maybe share with our listeners some of the upcoming plans, immediate upcoming plans for AstraBit. What's on your roadmap? And also, maybe you can tell us, how do you think the algorithmic trading has evolved over time, and where do you see it heading in the future?
That's a really excellent question. So just quickly, some of the products, we've touched on this already. AstraBit is building out a suite of machine learning and AI products that you will be able to use. Any user will be able to use them. So that's on the roadmap. We'll be releasing our first ML AI optimizer and abstraction layer that can be layered on top of TradingView strategies, so that can go out to the broader marketplace as well. After we're in alpha testing, then we'll go to beta testing. So the immediate roadmap is that we will be, working with ApeX, and I don't want to say too much. There's another feature that we'll be working on with ApeX that will be introduced hopefully in the next sort of month or so. I know that ApeX is testing that right now, and then we will integrate and test that, and then it'll be released. So there's a big opportunity there. I'm just going to hint at it. Mariam can share more details if she wants. From the perspective of the future of algorithmic trading, if there's one thing that we are seeing in the broader marketplace, it's that technology is becoming, it's almost synthesis, right? And what do I mean by that? I see technology is playing a larger and larger role in all aspects of our life. You walk through the streets, you see every human being with a cell phone in their hand, right? They're constantly connected to the internet, constantly connected to one another. From the perspective of algorithmic trading, for so long, so many people have been locked out of the financial markets and the opportunities that those financial markets bring, because they don't have enough money. They don't have $500,000 to give to a hedge fund, or to put into an actively managed mutual fund or something like that. What algorithmic trading does is it enables broad use. It enables anyone, no matter how much. And we have people on AstraBit trading with as little as a few $100s to people who are trading with millions of dollars. But it creates equality, right? No longer does somebody who only has like $10,000, but they really want to get into the crypto space, no longer are they locked out of the market because they can't invest with a big hedge fund, with professional traders. Now what we're doing is we are democratizing that entire financial space by saying anyone can be part of it, rich or poor. You can engage with professional traders. You can subscribe to an algorithm. And quite frankly, I see that replacing hedge funds. I see it because why pay a hedge fund 20% of your carried interest of your profits when you can just pay a subscription fee? And that's another thing. AstraBit takes no percentage of your profits. You guys keep 100% of your profits. You just pay a subscription fee, and that's it.
Amazing, fabulous. Thank you so much for your answer, Nick. I think a lot of exciting things are ahead, and I'm very excited for you guys. Um, so, well, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for tuning into our AMA today. It has been really a special one. And Nick and Georgi, thank you so much, guys, for coming on the AMA today. We really had a blast learning about algorithmic trading, how AstraBit works, and kind of understanding how users can get started on AstraBit and kind of get connected to ApeX Pro. I think yeah, I just realized we had like really great time speaking with you guys, and I and myself and like the team of ApeX, we can't be more thrilled about our partnership with you guys. We're like very much so looking forward to what the future holds, and really can't wait to continue working with you guys down the road. So just guys, the attendees, thank you so much for joining us today. I think it was a very insightful journey for you as well. Just a heads up, we will be sliding into your DMs on Twitter to get your wallet addresses and send over the prize money. And please, so keep your eyes peeled for a message from John from our official Twitter account. And for the rest of you guys, the secret code for the meeting today is AstraBit in all caps. So that's ASTRABIT. Again, thank you everyone. Georgi, Nick, thank you guys so much. Yeah, we're super excited about a partnership with AstraBit and can't wait to see where it takes us next. I will be
Likewise.
closing the call. Yeah, thank you so much. I will closing the call now, but this won't be the last time you guys are guests for us here on our official channels, and looking forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mariam, and thank you to the whole ApeX team. You guys have been truly spectacular to work with. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Have a great one, guys. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Yogi. Bye bye.